Good day, football fans, especially the Green Bay Packer fans and players. Did you guys really think that you'd go undefeated? Did you even have to think and say that, oh, I think maybe we're going to finish the season undefeated? I mean, you had a good game against Detroit at home. Follow that up with a great game against Washington Commanders, 2-0. Great. Go week to week. Somebody mentioned, I'm not going to mention any names, Rashid Walker, that, oh, hey, we might go undefeated. You probably had the 1972 Miami Dolphins all worried about their undefeated season. But boy, oh my gosh. Focus on your assignments and execute. What? The Packers rushed the ball 30 times for 81 yards, 0 TDs. Jordan Love was sacked 5 times. The key word here is block. It's a 5-letter word you can use in Wordle. Block. That's all you got to do. In fact, even if you kind of miss your block a little bit, you hold. Everybody holds in the NFL. And especially on specific game-winning, game-ending field goal attempts. Block your guy. Okay? Block your guy. Ay. Who's the number 1 receiver for the Packers? Romeo Doubs? What did he catch? Threw him to him 2 times? You got to go to the key receiver more than 2 times. Matthew Golden, the number 1 pick. We got to use him more often. Josh Jacobs, 30 yards rushing? Come on, the guy's a horse. Just give him the ball. Give him the ball and block. Defense played great. 3 games in a row now with not allowing a TD until the 4th quarter. Defense is playing great. It's just that 5-letter word, block, we need to work on. So, no more talking, just play. The top scoring fantasy football player of the week. I said it was going to be Dak Prescott. I mean, the Cowboys were playing the Bears. The prior week, the Bears gave up 52 points to the Detroit Lions, and the Lion quarterback, Goff, was the top scorer. So I think with that Bear defense, Dak Prescott should do well. In fact, I picked the right game, I picked the right team, I picked the quarterback. But it wasn't Dak Prescott who was the top scoring. It was Caleb Williams. He scored 42 points and was the top scorer in all of fantasy football against the Dallas Cowboys. So, right game, quarterback, but wrong team. So, not very good. Not very good. So I have to be laser focused on who is going to be the top scorer this week. And I'm thinking, if Caleb Williams can score 42 points against the Dallas Cowboys, who do the Cowboys play this week? Green Bay Packers. Do you think they're going to be a little bit mad with their poor showing that they had last week against Cleveland? Jordan Love. What happened the last time the Packers played the Cowboys? It was the playoff game in 2024. And Jordan Love, I think he threw for like 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. You know what? Jordan Love is going to be the top scoring fantasy football player of the week. Bet on it. The Daily Double. How did we do this last week? I think it was probably another reverse Daily Double. Let's see. On the bad thing, I said, okay, the Iowa Hawkeyes are going to lose. They were playing the Scarlet Knights, and they won. And on the good part, I said the Badgers are going to win by 7, and the Packers are going to win by 7. I don't think those happened. It was really a reverse Daily Double. Extremely rare, but it has happened the last 2 weeks, but I'm convinced it won't happen for a 3rd week. So with this week's Daily Double, I'm going to state that the rookie wide receiver, Matthew Golden, will catch his first TD in Big D, Dallas, Sunday night. That's the good thing. And then the bad thing, this one I had to research. And this was bad last year for the Packers, but this year it's actually been good. I don't think the Packers have dropped any passes. I went and checked. I Googled, I said, give me the leading top 10 or top 25 receivers in the NFL who leads in drop passes. And there wasn't one single Packer mentioned in the top 25. In fact, then when I went and Googled, I said, who leads the Packers in drop passes? And nothing came up. I don't think they've dropped a pass this year, which is amazing. Congratulate the wide receivers. But the bad thing on the Daily Double is I'm going to predict that someone of the Packers is going to drop a pass. Now, it could be maybe a wide receiver that's going to make an interception and he drops it. So that could be a drop pass or a receiver. So we'll see, but I think we're going to see one drop pass this weekend. So that's the bad part of the Daily Double. Other than that, I think we'll have something positive to see this weekend. The no-brainer, the easiest, quickest thing that you can come up with that you know absolutely, positively is going to happen. And last week, I was correct. I said that the Packer-Brown game, the under 41.5 was going to be the no-brainer thing that was going to happen. And what they scored, a total of 23 points. Easy no-brainer, check for me. So that was the good thing. Didn't really like the score, but I did get the no-brainer right. So now let's see if I can be consistent and get another no-brainer this week. This week's no-brainer is, let me think now, I've got it. The Green Bay Packers will out-sack the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday night. I know we've got to get ready. We've got to adjust our schedules. It's a Sunday night game, whether it's 7:30 your time, 5:30 my time, who knows, but it's not the normal Sunday morning game. It's a night game. So one of the things we're going to have to talk about in the special bonus section is food. What are we going to eat during the game? But that'll be in the special bonus section. But the no-brainer that's going to happen this week, Packers will out-sack the Dallas Cowboys. The special bonus of the week. This is going to be good. Sunday night game. Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. This is after the early games. We'll have to do some preparation in anticipation of watching the game. But the key question is what to eat. What are we going to eat? I think it comes down to two things. It's either going to be pizza or brats. Could be both, but here's some of the things to think about. Now, the Johnsonville brats, they come in packages of 5. So clearly, you've got to cook more than 5 brats. So you got to get at least 2 packages, so 10 brats. So if you're at least cook 10 brats. So you're kind of cooking the brats, though they do say not to boil them in water, because I guess that kind of leaches the juice out of it. So I guess you just steam them or something like that. But I'll get into that a little bit later. So just going over the numbers here, the Johnsonville brat is 260 calories. Plus with the bun is another 160 calories. So that's like 420 calories. So why don't we just forget about the bun? I mean, if you have to figure out what kind of exercise or what kind of work you have to do to burn off 160 calories, why have the bun? But you just can't pick up the brat. So what I've come up with is you do a bacon wrapped brat. Bacon is only like 40 calories a slice. So that means you'll be saving 120 calories by switching from the bun to the bacon. So go with the bacon wrapped brat and save calories. So now the question is how many do you have? You just boil them up, make 10, put them on the side. They're ready. You can just pick them up, dip them in some ketchup. They'll be good to go. You can have them pregame, during the game, halftime, towards the end. Pizza thing, you just put the pizza in the oven, turn it on, cook it, and put it to the side, cut it into slices, and you'll be good to go. So you got brats, and you got pizza, and of course, you got to have beer, or you don't have wine. Wine is too fancy for a football game. So I just say cold beer. Have cold beer ready with the brats and the pizza, and then you'll be ready to go to watch the Packers, hopefully the same type of game that we saw in the 2024 playoff game when the Cowboys didn't show up. But, they don't have CeeDee Lamb. But they do have Ferguson, which is a Wisconsin guy, the tight end. So if anybody plays good, it should be the tight end Ferguson because he's a Wisconsin Badger guy. So we want him to kind of do good, but only after Jordan Love just dominates the game and their defense plays really well. And like I said, they outsack the Cowboys. So that's my thought process. We should be ready for a great game, great weekend. Enjoy the food and the game. So see you next week.